Yes, we have to do this task together, a spiritual renovation, and at the same time, not after, at the same time, we have to renew the institutions, the structural reform of the church. We don't have to choose one or other initiative. We have to do those works together in order to carry on to produce an effective reformation of the church. And that's what Synodality is trying to do, to produce a spiritual renewal in relation to the gospel, to Jesus from Nazareth, and at the same time with the reform of the institution, all the institutions of the church, from the grassroots levels, from the dioceses and the regions and the universal church. So that's the great challenge that synodality has. But that's not new. Synodality is a new word, but what synodality wants to say is an old idea, or at least an idea that is at the core of Vatican II. You can see, if you read the first document of Pope Francis in 2013, Evangelium Gaudium, you don't find the word synodality or synodal. You find one or two times the word, but with a very different meaning. What that means? That the word is new, but the reality that describes and the reality that tries to improve belongs to the core of the Vatican II ideas, the Vatican II documents, the intentions of the Second Vatican Council for the reformation of the Church. In your question, you say that we have a long time between Vatican II and now, and only now, or in recent times, we are speaking about synodality or reform of the Church. But this is a normal process, because if you take a close look to Vatican II, under many aspects, there are important change, important reformation. For example, maybe the most important for the notion of synodality, the idea of the people of God. That people of God was not a key concept to describe the Church before Vatican II. And the vision we had at that time was more hierarchical, as a pyramid, as we say today. So, as many persons who studied Vatican II said, in the councils happens a Copernican revolution, an authentic process of change, a profound change. If it is true that we can understand why we need time in order to change our mentalities, in order to renew our spiritualities, in order to rewrite the canon law, in order to imagine the new institution that we need with this new or renewed vision of the Church. So because of the change process is so important and so deep, that's a good explanation of why we need time, 60 years or more. We are in the making, we are in process on the way. Why we need time to put in practice, and correct old mentalities, spiritualities, and way of proceeding in our normal life of the church. Of course, it's very important, the education in the seminaries, because the ordinary ministry are so important in the life of the church, and the problem that we have with clericalism has to do with the mistake, with the bad conception about the ministry, the service as priest. So we need urgently new visions and above all new experience. Of course, it's not easy to transform the seminaries. I was involved when I was a young priest. I was involved in my country, in Argentina, in the formation for of the future priest. And at that time, I was very clear for me and for others that we understand the challenge and the problems we had, but that was not easy to find the solutions to respond to the challenge in order, for example, to overcome clericalism and this kind of problem. With the seminary formation, it's more easy to speak and to understand the problem and the challenge than to find the right answer in every aspect of the life and the study of all the aspects that we consider today in a good priest formation.